Yes. Yeah, 1 second, Mataji. I'll change the shloka. 1 second. This is one of the shloka. Yeah, this is 8.14. Yes, Mataji, if you can start reading.
Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityashah tasyaham sulabha pata nityayuktasya yoginah. Translation: For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Somebody can read the next shloka, 8.15.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I?
Yes, Mataji.
8.15. मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म दुःखालयमशाश्वतं नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः संसिद्धिं परमां गतः. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. One more shloka, 8.16. Are you able to see my screen? You can read this shloka. You can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, shall I?
Yes, Swati Mataji.
Brahma bhuvanarloka punar avartino juna mamupete yatu kaunteya punar janmana vidyate. Translation: From the higher planets in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery. Wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attends my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so devotees, welcome again to another class. So I just want to give you a small brief of what exactly the 8th chapter is. This is one of the very important chapters because if you see in Bhagavad-gītā, it's already in midway. Okay, and this chapter explains more of what is about devotional service. Okay, so the first 4 shlokas from this chapter, 1 to 4, is Krishna's answer to the 6 questions. In 1 and 2nd verse, Arjuna asks questions on devotional service, how to perform devotional service, how to remember him, how that can be achieved. So for that, 3rd and 4th shloka, Krishna answers to those 6 questions which are there in 1st and 2nd shloka. Then 5th to 8th shloka, Krishna talks about how you can remember Krishna at the time of death. So that is the question answered for the 7th one. So 7th question, Krishna is answering 5th to 8th. Okay, and 9th to 13th, Krishna is telling how one can remember Krishna by Yoga Mishra Bhakti. That means a combination of yoga and also different bhakti processes. That he explains. Then from 14th to 15th, he explains about remembering Krishna by Shuddha Bhakti. That means pure devotional service. Okay, so now the 14th shloka we have read today. So from here till the 15th shloka, 14 and 15, these 2 shlokas are very, very important. Very often, if you see Maharaj or Srila Prabhupada lectures or any other classes, devotees will quote 14th, 15th, and 16th shloka very much. Okay, because this is connected to the Shuddha Bhakti. 16th to 22nd. Okay, so here Krishna talks about remembering Krishna by comparing the 2 different worlds. one is material world and spiritual world. Krishna is talking about those things. So we read today 16th shloka also, where Krishna is talking about moving around the so many planets, universes which are there. So what happens to that? Okay, he's talking about that. And 23rd, 16 to 22nd is remembrance by comparing the nature of material and spiritual world. From 23rd to 28th, Krishna talks about Bhakti Yoga is very easy than Ashtanga Yoga. You should all remember there are 8 limbs, okay? Ashta means 8, and Anga means limbs. So in our body, the 8 limbs which are there, the major ones. So the combination of the postures, the yogas which they try. So with that process, one is able to control the mind. Once the mind is controlled, then you go into dhyana stage. So you start meditating in that process. So Krishna talks about those shlokas where bhakti yoga is very easier than to do so many yogic postures to control the mind. Okay, because not everybody can do the Ashtanga yoga system, which is mentioned in the ancient scriptures. Okay, so it's very easier for nowadays, we can't sit properly, we can't fold our legs. So many yogic postures, very difficult to do it. So we can't do it. So it's very easier to do this bhakti yoga process. Easier to chant, easier to remember Krishna by various means. Okay, that has been explained. So coming to our shloka, today's class, 14th shloka, Krishna talks about how one can remember him without deviation, and it is very easy to obtain him. That's because of the constant engagement in the devotional service. He talks about this. Okay, so generally we have to understand that only one is able to get into the vehicle. Okay, we'll be able to understand where we want to go. Okay, so that is the means of transportation. So for example, you have a goal, you want to reach somewhere, you want to reach some destination. You need a particular vehicle for that. You cannot just go by any vehicle, right? Say suppose you want to go from Bangalore to Delhi. Okay, it is very difficult to go by cycle, right? Car, maybe some people who have that agility, they can go. But someone who has a flight, okay, you take a flight, it's very easier, just 2 hours, right? So bhakti yoga process acts in that way, where you just take a flight, you just go land in 2 hours. That's how the process is, because there's constant meditation of reaching that goal. Oh, I need to go to Delhi, I need to go to Delhi, you need to go either for a business or you want to go meet someone, your relatives, right? So what is the purpose of life? Now the process what we are trying to do, attending these classes, we are recommending you to chant every day, read every day. This is to gain your spiritual knowledge. Yeah, so knowledge is there. There are 2 types of knowledge: knowledge of this world, that is matter, and the knowledge of the spiritual world, okay, or the knowledge of spirit. So that is called spiritual knowledge. So we go understanding by the spiritual matter, and understand what's the life's the ultimate destination. We have our own small destinations at every corner of life, but what happens is when we have this larger consciousness, or the last the destination we want to reach, we want to final aim or goal of life, and in between whatever the task which comes, you want to attach those to the main goal. Okay, so what happens is this process, you are understanding the absorption level of the Krishna consciousness, because he is the all attractive Lord. Okay, he is very much attractive. So cultivating in Krishna consciousness is complete absorption. Okay, once I was hearing that, you might be aware, in Mumbai there is Vada. Okay, off Mumbai, the village side, outskirts. So there is a very beautiful Govardhan eco village. Okay, so His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, some of you might have heard or read about him, seen him. So he's the direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So first time when he visited long back Radha Madan Mohan Temple in Karauli, on the way from Jaipur to Mathura. Okay, so you might know these stories. There are three primary deities of the three Goswamis: Radha Madan Mohana, Radha Govindji, Radha Gopinathji. Because the Mughals had attacked to safeguard these deities, they had moved these deities to Jaipur. So two of the deities, Radha Gopinath and Radha Govindji, they moved to Jaipur, and Radha Madan Mohan was moved to Karauli. Okay, it's a small district, small village. Now also it is there. When you go on a Vrindavan Jaipur Yatra, you can visit that place. So why I'm telling is, Radha Madan Mohan was carried on his neck, okay, in a cloth by Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami used to carry the deities, okay, Radha Madan Mohan, and he used to carry on his neck every day, just like we carry a bag. You might have seen the olden days. So he was a sannyasi, he was a mendicant, he did not have anything. He just had these two assets, Radha and Krishna. So Radha Madan Mohan were there. So he was carrying those deities, and all the time he was going on preaching and begging for alms. So that was he doing. And whatever people gave, he would offer that to the deities. Okay, so generally he had those, people would give the wheat flour. So he would make, or sometimes some bajra flours. So he would make chapati out of that and offer it. Okay. So it was so become, he was completely dedicated. So it so became that when he was doing this offering once, the deities himself spoke to him. So Krishna himself is speaking. We never have experience like this, but it is recorded, okay, because he had personal servants, he had disciples. So the deity itself is speaking. You are giving me every day this chapati. The chapati is so dry, and he does not have any house also, because he's a mendicant. He was the minister in the Nawab Hussain Shah government those days, 500 years back, when Mughals were ruling. He left everything following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's footprint. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered to go to Vrindavan, excavate the sites which are there, the ancient pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, and write the books. Okay, write the philosophy and distribute to the people, preach people the ancient wisdom which is there, which is gone. Okay, so that what we see today, Vrindavan, when you go on a Vrindavan Yatra, it is all because of the efforts of these Goswamis, who, with the transcendental vision, not with the normal eyes what we have, the transcendental vision, they saw the pastimes in front of their eyes. It was available for them by the mercy of Lord Krishna, by the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. Okay, so when Krishna told this Radha Madan Mohan told, Swamiji, you are giving me everyday chapati, but you are not giving me anything with that. You are not giving anything. At least you give me salt. You see, nice, sweet conversation between the devotee and Krishna. So Sanatana Goswami says, no, I cannot. I'm a beggar. I'm a mendicant. I get whatever people give me. So I get this flour, I make chapati. Today you'll ask for salt. Tomorrow you'll ask for something else. I don't have that capacity. I cannot serve like that. It's not in my capability. So this is a very sweet conversation which goes on between Krishna and Sanatana Goswami. So that deity is very, very special, and in a very, very small hole, you can see the deity. It's not like you open the door and you have the darshan of the Lord. It's not like that. When you go to Karoli, you have the small temple, and in the small hole you have to see the deities. You can't have much visibility. So those deities are maintained by those Goswami families which are there now. There are a lot of families who are maintaining that. So Radhanath Maharaj, when he went there, he had darshan of this, and he says that he wanted those replications of those deities in the Mumbai Vada Govardhan community village. Okay, if you go to Vada also, they have a community village. So he meditated for many years. That means, why I'm telling meditation means he would sleep in a day 1 or 2 hours maximum. So he would go into his kutir wherever the Maharaj, and he would just meditate on those deities, and he was praying for almost 20 years, almost 20 years, just to get those replications of those deities in Vada, in that community. So what was happening is he had told his disciples, just try to get the cloth for washing, and you can take the measurement of those deities, what is the size, what is the, because it's so sacred that do not give any details of these deities, or when they, what offering they give, what type of maintenance they are doing, how they are taking care, nobody knows. Only the very secret, the family which is there, they are taking care, and they're very, very much concerned about these deities. Okay, they're very, very dear to them. So this took 20 years for them to somehow figure out the size, length, the replication, how he stands, how he looks, how his face is, how eyes are there, his hairs, everything, all the each detail which was there. It took so many years. So this is called meditation. Okay, devotees, this is called meditation. So you give completely your 100%, and you see Krishna will manifest himself. And he was so much elated, and he was so much happy when that inauguration happened, and they had invited the main priest of Radha Madan Mohan himself. So Radha Madan Mohan, main priest, never went out of Karoli in his entire lifetime. But at the pleading of so many devotees and one more disciple of Radhanath Maharaj, he agreed, and they were shocked that the main priest is going out of his way and first time to any kind of inauguration or anything, because they generally never left the deities, serving every day. Generally in mathas, if you see in South India, they do like this. Okay, so even there also he never left. But when the time of inauguration, when he came to inauguration, and they unveiled the curtains, and the moment he saw Radha Madan Mohan in Mumbai, and he fainted there, and there were large crowd, and he fainted in front of everyone, and there were tears in his eyes, and he said, I've never seen the original replication exactly like that, and the same height, the same features like this in my life. Okay, so that was the meditation mode. So you see the loving exchanges. These are the things which happen. Okay, so what Krishna is trying to tell in these three shlokas, he's telling to remember. He's telling to remember without deviation. He's telling to remember, oh Krishna, oh Partha, oh Arjuna, remember me without deviation. Okay, why he's telling that? He's telling, once you have attained, you have completely absorbed in my thoughts, in my activities, and these great souls, they will never deviate. And once they go to that place where Krishna is there, wherever Krishna it might be, okay, they never return to this place. They will never return to this place. Okay, and Krishna says this is the highest perfection. If you see the 15th shloka, he says, Sam Siddhim Paramam Gatim. Param means supreme. Okay, Gataha means goal, or you have achieved. Okay, so he says, once people have gone and left this temporary world, they will never return. They will completely forget this world. Why? Because he is talking which is full of miseries. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This is always mentioned in many of the shlokas when people quote while taking class, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. This place is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. They quote this shloka. 15th shloka they quote, and 16th shloka also they quote a lot. Okay, so these two shlokas, 14th and 15th, is Shuddha Bhakti, by remembering. Okay, you remember Krishna by Shuddha Bhakti. Shuddha Bhakti means pure devotional service. Okay, this is what is explaining these two shlokas. So we are just understand what position we are in and what state of mind we are in today. At what level we can understand we are trying to remember Krishna. So that is our position. Now, how to move forward? That is our kriya. Okay, we have to do that. Oh, okay, I have to do further. What I have to do to remember further, how I can engage further. That is what is required. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita definitely talks about how to move up the ladder to attain the ultimate goal. That is the whole purpose. Krishna did not explain what is there in Yajurveda. He did not explain what is there in the Samhitas. He did not explain what is there in the previous Puranas. Okay, he considering everything, he gave Arjuna what is required for the purpose of today's life. Okay, this is much what is required, Arjuna, for you. You have to do your duty, at the same time you have to remember me. The same philosophy, the same principle follows with us also. We have to do our duty, at the same time the principle says we have to remember Krishna. So our whole and goal remains the same. Okay, so the means and the goal is same for us. We are doing so many things by any mean, but we have to remember Krishna. Okay, so Arjuna was given this opportunity to remember him, at the same time fight this war. Okay, fight is not so easy. Okay, you have to kill, you have to shoot, you have to target, you need to show that anger. Everything is there in a fight. Okay, now we are not carrying always that anger, we are not carrying that kind of avenge in our heart, but we are living a normal life. I have to go to work, I have to take care of my children, I have to take care of my old parents. Okay, I have to serve my relatives, I have to meet my friends. Okay, I have to purchase so many things. But is that the purpose of living a Krishna conscious life? Okay, is it somewhere connected to Krishna? How can I engage, in dealing with so many things? How I can turn those events in my life into Krishna conscious life? Okay, so that way what happens, everyone is connected. Your talk, your walk, okay, your sleep, your waking up, everything should be connected with Krishna. So that's how you can turn towards Bhagavad Gita's teachings. So that is what is explained. Because this place is completely of miseries, and it will keep coming. We try to adjust the miseries, the problems, whatever is occurring, alter the situation. So say suppose I'm in a point A and I have some problem in point A, I'll move to point B. Okay, and when I arrive at the point B, I see that there is a discomfort at point B also. So like this, I keep moving from one point to other point, just trying to adjust my life, so trying to solve the problems. But I'm not satisfied at any point. Any point I keep jumping, I'm not satisfied. That is how our life is running. And this keeps happening life after life. In so many ways, I'm trying to get the different bodies. Okay, the changes keeps happening. I'll remain like this whole life, but that is not the nature, because the soul is eternal. It is completely full of bliss and ananda, but I am experiencing misery. That's why I'm disturbed always. That is how material world is working. So I have to come out of it. Okay. So in 16th shloka, what Krishna is telling, any loka you go over, Arjuna, he's talking about the top planet. A Brahma Bhuvana Lokaha. You go to the top planet, Brahma. then you find there also misery. You'll find misery there also. You have diseases, you have death, okay? You have a start and end point. Then punaravartino Arjuna. He says you have to come back. Okay, so highest planet to the lowest. He's talking about the highest and the lowest. You need to come back. You need to keep rotating in this. Then he makes this statement very bold. Okay, the one who attains me, mam upetya tu kaunteya. So the one who comes to me, punarjanmana vidyate. So Krishna clearly mentions punarjanmana vidyate. That means end of the body. Okay, the temporary the pleasures, the temporary problems, everything is temporary. The miseries also is temporary here. Okay, but it's recurring. It keeps occurring. Okay, and also the pleasure is very much less. The so much we earn, so much we are trying, striving so hard. What happens is we feel this, okay, was it this much only? For this, I was struggling so much. You'll feel that. Again, you want to do something more to go to the next level. But again, you're dissatisfied. Again, the satisfaction level is very, very minute. So Krishna is talking Punar Janmana Vidyate because you're going on taking birth after birth. It's not guaranteed that only human birth. You have to go through so many things. So he's saying once you come here, you have to go back to him. Okay, that is the whole purpose. So we have to fare well in life. Please understand this statement. We have to fare well in life, but that doesn't mean that we will stay forever here. We have to give farewell to life. Okay, people fear death because they are going to the unknown. Why people fear? Why people fear for disease? Why people fear when they see death? Automatically you start crying. Okay, there is fear. You fear for something, right? So there's this fear of stage, the fear of death. Why people are fearing? You have seen they start crying because one is this strong attachment. There's a strong bonding. There's a strong attachment. You don't want to give up. That is one thing, and you don't know where you're going. You're going in the dark, you don't know what happens. So this is ignorance. So this is the fear which everybody is carrying. But the pure devotee who is completely absorbed knows where he is going. And rest assured, he knows that Krishna will come. So that is the guarantee what Krishna gives. He has clearly mentioned in these slokas, you see, he clearly says that he says the goal, the constant remembrance, okay, and also attaining there, what happens? You never return. Who can give this guarantee? Okay, the Lord Himself, the Supreme Lord Himself is giving the guarantee to come, remember Him, and take this devotional service and go back to Godhead. Wherever He is. Okay, so that is the goal of life. I hope you all understood these three slokas. These three slokas is very big, but too much. It cannot be explained in one class because each sloka will take a lot of time about the explanations which are there. But again, we require these classes because we need to get connected each other and always remember Krishna all the time. Okay, so I hope this is very important. So we can move forward. Okay, so take up the challenge, take up the commitment or dedication to remember Krishna always. Try new methods, how you can read books. If you're not able to chant focused, okay, you're not able to focus, so try different methods, how you can see certain materials you can read, how to focus on reading, chanting, okay, and listening to classes. Keep a tap on your time every day when you are free. You have a constant engagement every day, you have a routine engagement. So out of that, how I can spend, okay, this much I can give for chanting, this much I can give for reading. So this is how I can be organized. So once you organize yourself, you're very much disciplined, you're dedicated. So that shows your next level moving up and up. So that way you see your progress yourself. Okay. So I'll end my class here. Okay. So this should be fine. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.